Hi everybody, this is Alexander from Divine Reconnections, trying something new for the first time in a long time. As I've been growing my practice, all my clients are loving the sessions, loving my energy work, loving my sound bath sessions, whether it's the group classes I offer or it's the individual classes. And so all of my offline followers really know exactly what I do. But I've realized as I grow all my new followers, as I grow my new beautiful contacts that come and join my space and follow me, I thought it would be wise to just kind of talk about the services I have again, talk about my energy healing and my sound baths, and give you an idea, an overview of what they look like, so you can have an idea from a visual standpoint what a session looks like and what it entails. And so I have set up my space here so you can see what one of my energy healing is like. So what is an energy healing? For those that don't know what it is, energy healing is where a practitioner like myself, an energy healer like myself, is able to connect to the body, intuitively connect to the body, and be able to see exactly what is your body holding, what are the messages, what is any old trauma that you're holding on to. Even if your life hasn't come from a place of trauma, we always hold some sort of energy that keeps us vibrationally at a place over time where we start to feel stuck. Or we have that kind of trigger our anxiety, trigger some emotional defenses that come up, whether it's anger, sadness, depression, shame, feeling stuck, getting antsy, being burnt out, right? Being burnt out is a great kind of indicator that energetically things are starting to shut down. And so what I do is I be able to come and intuitively connect to the body, and really kind of like an overall scan. I'll be able to really scan your body, see exactly what you're holding, what is each chakra holding, what is the emotion that each chakra is holding in that space. And then the whole time I am channeling from your guides. They're telling me and passing me everything that I need to know about you, about what your body's holding, what's been going on, maybe some past stories of why you're holding what you're holding. So it's really a deep, thorough cleaning. Imagine almost like you get a massage, but an energy healing is in the same capacity, but we're doing it from the internal perspective. We're going internal to your body itself, to the deep emotions that are repressed deep into your cells. Most people don't realize your brain reacts to a certain emotion because that's what it's conditioned to do. That is the mindset that is conditioned to do. Especially as a child, we have a tendency as kids to live in our parents' stories. We see this story, we believe it is our truth. We believe that is something of the norm because that's what we grow up with. And a lot of times we pick up the stories of our parents because we didn't know any better at the time. And so our body begins to condition itself to that story and how your brain reacts, and from emotional perspective, because that emotion comes up and your brain automatically tells you how you're supposed to act. So if there are old emotions that you no longer resonate with, or let's say you get angry, it's, if someone says something, your ability to rise to anger quickly, that's a defense mechanism, right? That's a buried emotion that is within your body that needs to be cleared, that needs to be moved. And what I do is I really understand from a body's perspective why you're holding that emotion, right? That emotion sits in a cell, and the brain reacts to that emotion in that cell and basically says, okay, this is how I act. But as we go and pull the thread on that emotion, and why did it exist? When did that emotion start? Why you have held that type of emotion in your body for as long as that? There's a story there, and when we understand the story, that cell finally can release the emotion, and the brain, once it releases, the brain can't go there and say, okay, this is how I've always acted. Every time someone's triggered me, every time someone said something, this is the way I've reacted. But if we release that emotion with the cell, then all of a sudden you have a new level of awareness. You have a new level of kind of pause. Your brain is almost having to stop and think of, well, what do I do from here? How do I act from here? And that gives you the ability to raise your mindset, to change that mindset, change that vibration. So then you start making decisions and having clarity from a place of power and grounding energy. And so that way, then all of a sudden your brain starts to almost change. That mindset changes, right? You start to develop a new story for yourself, a new belief about yourself. And so energy helps with that. In the long term, it really shifts people's ability to have a different mindset about themselves, develop their own stories, finally let go of the stories that don't even belong to them anymore, and encompass this new story about themselves, that all of a sudden your mindset changes. So the way you react with people, even the people that surround you, begin to shift. Your level of awareness and making decisions that are vibrationally higher and more positive and more full of abundance and prosperity. You start to put this mindset of, okay, this is where I am, and everything around your world starts to shift to that new vibration. And so my goal as an energy healer is to be able to do that, is to go to the deep, darkest muck, right? I always joke about ripping the guts out with my clients, but that's what I do. I go to the very deepest parts of the energy and identify what it is, identify the story, identify when it started and who created that for you. And then we do the work to finally let go of that, and you find the peace and closure to be able to finally put that story to bed. And then once you do, things start shifting. So that just gives you a little idea about some of my work and what I do from an energy healing perspective and why it's so important. And I can promise you, clients see me for about 6 months, and after 6 months, they're completely different people. I had one woman come see me, and she had such amount of abuse, she couldn't even speak. Every time she spoke, she ended up being able to cough. She couldn't even talk because of just a very abusive relationship she had at home with someone. And she was even on oxygen. She was constantly checking her oxygen. After 6 months of therapy, completely different. That gargling inability to talk without coughing, gone. She even came in my house, and my partner, domestic partner, asked me who that woman was, and I told him, and he said, incredible, I didn't even recognize her. She looked completely different. And so you can imagine when you do energy work and you're clearing these really deep layers of stuff, just physically how much your body can let go, physically on how all of those toxins, inflammation, and dark stuff within your body finally start to come out, and you have this completely different look about you physically. So it's like almost like you're cleaning everything internally to externally. That's why I love this work. I love seeing these incredible people change their lives, change everything about their appearance, and live in these amazing and happy places with making positive decisions, and then being aware when something is coming up and being aware of that emotion and letting it go right at that spot, so that way it doesn't become a story. So just a little bit about the energy healing aspect in regards to what it looks like. So from an energy healing perspective, this right here is how my table is set up. So as you can see, all the bowls are on the side, and the advantage of these bowls is the fact that these bowls are all handmade in Nepal. I am part of Atmi Bhuti in Boulder, and I'm getting my sound therapy license there, and amazing teacher. If you ever want to learn about it, please go to Atmi Bhuti and learn more about it. But the bowls themselves are made from there, and so the way that these were made, they're made of 7 different metals, and they are all handmade, and as they were made, just beautiful intentions went into these bowls as they were made. So they're incredibly powerful bowls. So when I'm using these bowls, not only do you get the energy healing gift from me and being able to move whatever you're holding on to, but as I'm using the bowls, the vibration of the bowls also enter the body and help assist me in going to that really deepest part of the emotion and moving that energy. So that way it's almost like you're turning on the stove. The energy starts to boil. It starts to simmer. So that way is that deep, dark stuff, I can finally begin to just start bringing it to the surface so we can remove it out of the body. And so I love to use my sound bowls for that reason. As you can see, I have crystals on the table, and I have crystals designated to all of the chakras. So my clients, when they lay on my table, they actually have all the crystals on the body. So I use a lot of multiple tools in my practice because I find that this allows me to go as deep as possible by incorporating all these things. The advantages of having crystals on the body, especially raw crystals, which I love, is that fact that they're healing components having upon the skin of the body also are contributing to when that emotion is coming up. Those crystals are absorbing some of that emotion, some of that toxicity, inflammation, and negative energy that's coming up. These crystals allow and they kind of recycle that energy for you, and they have so many healing properties, which is why I love to use crystals. So as a client lays on the table, I will put those crystals on them. And then once I have the crystals on the body, I love to use tinctures. Tinctures is kind of my opening practice, and this is a tincture, and these kind of open the space for my energy work. So they kind of open the space for the healing to begin and allow the body to start to relax. So as you can see, they have a fabulous sound. And what I do is I will take this and I will go over all of the body and all of the chakras. Basically, I take this over all of the crystals. So when I'm doing a session, as you can see, I will come and work my way down over the crystals and the body, over the third eye and crown. And so this allows me to kind of open the body completely and allow the client to really start to resonate with the sound and allow the body to relax, right? Because when we immediately get on a session like this, it takes a couple minutes for our body to relax. So the tinctures really help my clients to just calm their bodies, calm their nervous system. It really relaxes the nervous system completely down on the table. And then once I actually go through, then I actually begin to play my tinctures. When I begin to play my tinctures, so when I play my tinctures, I use my mallet and I go through and just begin again. The sound itself is opening the space for me. It's opening the energy. And as you can see, so I open the practice. I open the practice of the bowls. The bowls themselves give you a message. They give you their own message, right? They all give you something. So every person receives a different message from the bowl, something that really resonates with them when they're laying on the table. So I like to go through and always do kind of a crescendo of sound. And my purpose is to relax my clients, is to relax their energies. And so I've got the big bowl, and that big bowl, if you are seeing that massive bowl, that is my mother bowl, and she is as powerful as you can get. And I use this mother bowl for opening and closing my practice. So when I have someone come and see me for a session, I will actually have them step into the bowl, and the bowl vibrates, so it really opens the space as well. The vibration comes from all the way from the feet all the way up to the top of your body, so it completely opens. And I tell my clients when they step in that in the first part of the session to imagine like a flower or an onion opening, right? Starting to open, and you're giving the body's given permission for you to open the vulnerability door, right? Open the door where all this stuff sits. And so this kind of is why I have this on the table, so you can actually see it. And then once I start the bowls and I begin to soften my clients, as they're laying on there, I will go through the body. I will start with the head, and then I go through all of the chakras, really feeling, and I'm channeling the whole time, channeling what is in each of the chakras: the crown, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra. Stay tuned to my next series, and I can talk about each of the chakras and what they look like, what each mean, what each holds. So that way you have an idea of, okay, I definitely am holding this. It always shows you exactly where it's hiding. And so I will go through, and the body will tell me, let go on the crown chakra. Throat chakra, a lot of times I hear boundaries, right? Our lack of boundaries to be able for our voice to be heard, or for us to speak up for ourselves. Our heart chakra usually is self-worth, not good enough, especially if you hold on to that. And those are all childhood energies, right? These are childhood things, scenarios and instances in our childhood where something may have happened where we had those things. We felt like that in certain moments of our life. Or boundaries, right? Boundaries for self-care. We're all terrible at self-care. I'm as bad at self-care myself. I give so much to others, but I struggle with my own self-care, and that's something I work on. So that can be the heart chakra. And then solar plexus is your power. It's where your power sits. It's your confidence. It's your, I can do it. It's It's, you know, when someone hurts you and you feel like a punch in the gut, that's your solar plexus. And then your sacral is your emotions and sexuality and passion, and that's where that sits. And when you have repressed emotions, that's where that sits, all in your sacral, which is 2 inches below your belly button. And then your root chakra is all about grounding and stability and feeling grounded, right? Like if you're very emotional through the day, your root chakra is a little off. If your root chakra is strong, then you're going to feel very even keeled. You're going to feel like, okay, great, things are moving, things are good. When it rains, it pours. Oh my gosh, my root chakra's all over, right? It's closed down. It's decided to close shop. So that kind of a quick synopsis of the chakras and what they mean. One thing I love to do as well, when I begin to work in the practice, I will take one of the bowls, and this is the bee bowl, so I always use the bee bowl for the crown. And you can see just what it sounds like. It has a very deep vibration. And what I do is I take it around the head, and I take it down the body, and I go over the sacral, again, because it's all about removing those emotions. And then I come down the body, around the head again. And then I usually do about 3 of these down the body, again, waking the body, waking the energies, waking the stuff that's in the bodies. And then when I'm done, I put the bowl here, letting it finish vibration. And then once I've done that, again, I play my crescendo of sound. And as you can see, the bowls themselves play and vibrate and have a deep vibration. And I always will start with my mallets. You know, it depends on the mallet you use, but I always like to start with that. And then when I'm deep into the practice, I always like to shake it up. This gives a deeper vibration. So you can hear when I use that red mallet, it gives a more vibration. As my clients sitting on the table, they really feel the vibrations from the bowls while I'm working over the body. And so once I'm done with the crown chakra, and I've kind of done a quick body scan, use the bowls to start waking everything up. When I move to my third eye chakra, what I love to use, and one thing, of course, I forgot to tell you. When my clients lay on the table, I always love to give crystals, because again, I love crystals. I think their healing powers their healing properties are so incredible and so powerful. So what I had right here is my amethyst, and the amethyst is for like your psychic development, opening up intuition, but the amethyst root is just so powerful. I mean, it's literally pulled out of the root. And then this is a rainbow quartz. And then the rainbow quartz is fabulous to use in that regard, in the aspect of, again, it's all about opening up the body, opening up the kind of your psychic intuition, opening up the information, really opening the body so that light can come in. And so I will give this to my clients in their hands, because it helps them to be able to really connect, and the crystals do their own level of healing. These get so hot after a client is done, it's amazing. And then I open also the practice with a Palo Santo. I always spray a Palo Santo on a client when they first lay on the table, because again, it just clears everything from the day. This Palo Santo that I love, you can find it on my shop at Divine Reconnections /shop. But I use this in my practice. I use this on myself every day. This is what I use to clear everything at the end of the day. The smell goes to your cellular level. It really does. When you breathe it in, you immediately feel the energy drop, and you just feel the stuff that you're holding on to just float away. So I always will use this as I open a practice. Going back to kind of the session, so the other thing I will use is I put this on my client's third eye, which is your psychic energy. And as this sits on their forehead, this is waking up kind of the third eye, the psychic energy, your ability to connect to your own psychic intuition. And this, ironically, is the best thing for opening sinuses. So for anybody struggling with sinuses, get a little bowl and put it on your third eye and just rub it for 60 seconds. You'll be amazed on how much your sinus is open. And the more we can open our sinuses and our ears, right? I like to move this bowl. So I'll have it here and then I'll move it to the side of, with my clients, as I move it to the sides of their heads, it's opening kind of the whole realm of psychic chakras, right, in that third eye. I'm really opening the eyes so people can be able to see, right, through dreaming, because you do have your own, messages that come through dreams. I like to work on my ears because I channel everything, so I'm channeling through my ears. So I'm always clearing my ears out and putting the bowl on my ears so I clear anything, any gook that I may have in my ears. I like to use them so that opens the passageway. So that way I can continue to channel. And so I put this on the third eye and open the third eye and open that area. And then I go, once I do that, then I go down the body, I go down the throat chakra and the rest of the chakras and do my energy work. And once I do my energy work, so once I physically clear, and when I clear, I go counterclockwise to clear, clockwise to heal. So I'm counterclockwise, it's like I'm taking the energy out, I'm taking the stuff out. And as I'm taking the stuff out, I'm channeling what's there: shame, anger, not good enough, self-worth, lack of power, power constraint, meaning shut down. And then once I do that, one of my favorite tools is a handheld bowl. And this is, again, and it has a beautiful crystal at the end. So I like to hold the crystal. And this is something after I do energy work where I can come and use this bowl back over the body. So what I do is I'm coming over the chakra and basically clockwise bringing energy back in, right? This vibration of the bowl, the clients can feel over the body, so they can really relate to the vibration. And it helps me be able to, again, continue to bring the stuff out in that particular area, but also bring the vibration to bring back balance into that particular chakra, into that area with this beautiful bowl. And it's extremely powerful and you'll feel it. So I like to do that, and I'll do that over each of the chakras all the way to the end. And it's just another tool of vibration in addition to the energy work that I'm doing for myself, for my clients. And then I love to use gongs. I'm a big gong girl. So as you can see, this is in the back. Generally this would be on the floor, but I wanted to show it to you because I have 2 gongs I use in the session. And usually the gongs I do, once I get down to like the throat chakra and I've started to open the body and the client is very open and deep into theta or deep into subconsciousness, I like to use the gong to continue to help me move energies. So you can see this has a very deep resonating sound. And then my other gong is it's more of a wind, it's a wind gong. So it has more of a shimmering effect. So I like to use that softly in the beginnings of the session. When I get to the solar plexus, I will use the gong, and this is also a wind gong, but a very large size. So the larger the size, the deeper the vibrations, the more powerful you will feel it. You'll actually feel the vibrations laying on the table. It's incredible. And then when I get to the solar plexus, I like to do it for a full minute. So I'm almost kind of making it a little loud just because I'm shaking up that energy in your power site. I'm cleaning out the cobwebs and all the deep stuff. And so I'm really using that for about a minute to really help the client feel like, and they really feel the vibration when they're laying on the table of the gong in that moment. So it's almost, imagine as if like this massive cleanse you're receiving, like washing over you over and over and over, getting these toxins and inflammation out of the body. And so once I've done the whole body with the chakras and I've gone through the entire body, I've done my work over the chakras, the entire time I'm using the bowls. As I'm working on the chakra, they also listen to the bowls, so they're receiving the vibration of the bowls in addition to the energy work that I'm doing. And then when I'm technically done, I finish up with the bowls on the body. And I love the bowls on the body because the vibration and it depends on the bowl you get, but vibrationally, when you put the bowl on the body, the vibration, it literally feels like you're getting massage. It goes down past the muscle, deep into the tissues, and so you definitely feel, so you can hear the vibration. Hopefully you can hear the vibration. The vibration is very intense. It's a very intense vibration. So I'm putting this on the body, and I take I take this down the person's body, and then I'm taking it down the legs, back up the legs, and up the chakras again. So I go down the chakras, down the legs, up, back over the chakras. And I give them a really good, almost cleansing with the body bowl vibration. And this really helps, and this is done at the end, and this really helps start to ground everything back. It helps me continue to take whatever's left out, but also starting to calm the body down, back down, and soften and just really help that person relax even more. And once I'm done with the body bowl, the part of the last closure is being able to step in that beautiful mother bowl again and closing the practice, closing the energy, because anytime you do meditation or energy work, you are open like a sponge. So it's important to close yourself down, so that way you don't absorb things as quickly, right? Because you're kind of like an open sponge, so you can easily attract people stuff, you can easily attract just negative energies. And so you always want to close the practice and close yourself with doing something like that, or like a meditation, or again, I will finish the practice with my Palo Santo and close this down and close up the body. So that way the body is settled and closed. So that way the next couple days, your body can process. You will feel tired for a couple days. Your body will actually feel tired when you've done an energy healing. You will feel tired for a couple days, because between the bowl, the very deep level of healing I do on the body, your body is still vibrating. It's still vibrating from the bowls. It's still vibrating from the cleansing of the energy healing I'm doing. So my clients feel tired for a couple days, and during those days, sometimes things may come up. They may really be irritable. People may get to people will start to nerve them a little bit. Totally normal, because your body is basically going through a detox. It's just detoxing all this stuff that we just brought up. And so a couple of days, people may feel a little tired, but within a week, people are lit. I get it all the time. People are like, oh my God, I feel so good. Oh my gosh, this happened and this happened and this happened. And my clients text me all the time, telling me all the wonderful things that happen after a session. And so, I always encourage people that when you start to go down the path of energy healing, it's a journey, right? Every session is peeling something little bit by little bit, right? Each session is going to peel something different. And if you're really wanting to unlayer a story, it does take at least 4 sessions to be able to truly make an impact, to truly get to that energy and begin to raise it to the surface. So I always tell people, in the beginning, you may have 6 months of energy healing sessions, but generally after 6 months, my clients enter the maintenance phase, where they only come to me when a story pops up or a new layer pops up that we just need to pull the thread on and clear. And I do energy healing myself. I have someone who does it on me. I'll be doing it for the rest of my life, because I have my own stuff, right? From all of the abuse that happened to me, I do have stuff that comes up. I have to work on those things. I have to work on those energies. And so for the rest of my life, I'll be doing it, as you will as well, right? Healing is a journey, and it does take multiple sessions. But within 4 sessions, you will totally see the difference. Things will start manifesting. Things will start shifting. Behaviors, a new level of awareness that you never realized you had. A new level of vibration that you are now at, where all of a sudden the decisions you're making, you're taking risks that are just bringing in even more abundance. I can promise you this, I've been doing this work for 10 years, and I've done it on hundreds and hundreds of clients, and I see the same thing, right? After 4 sessions, people are like, wow, I see things. I had someone new call me, or wow, I lost weight, or wow, I found a job. I had a client after second session tell me that her relationship with her partner was for the first time in a really long time very open and communicative, and they were both able to talk to each other about what they both wanted to work on, and their relationship got even deeper and more nurturing from both of them. And so, each person is going to have a different experience, but I promise you will see amazing experiences with energy healing. It's just a beautiful practice. This is why I've done this work as long as I have. This is why the universe forced my job to be done this year, so I could step into this fully and really bring the light to to all of you and to all of my clients, because I get success from your success. I get success from seeing these amazing people be so excited about their life, be so excited about the things that are happening, that are coming to their life, these new amazing adventures and stories and opportunities. And I get lit by that. That's what makes me lit. That's why I wanted to show you what a session looks like, so you could really understand when you're laying on a table, what are the beautiful aspects? What can you get, and what is it going to do, and what is it going to make you feel? And I hope this gives you a great understanding of what an energy healing looks like. And so that way, when you come and book a session, you know, it's going to only be amazing. I promise you. I have yet to have someone that doesn't tell me it's fabulous. So anyways, that is just a little bit about my energy healing. Stay tuned for the second video, which I will talk about my sound bath therapies and what my sound bath therapies look like. So anyways, I hope that was beneficial. I hope you learned a little bit about energy healing and what basically you get out of it. But anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. If you have any questions, feel free to chat to me, email me, call me. My clients text me all the time whenever they need help. So I am here to support everybody's journey to a beautiful, high vibrating, manifesting abundant prosperity place of life. Thank you so much for listening, and we will talk soon. Bye.